evangelized. Don't you know I'm a new creation? Are you a Christian? You can never be called a Christian unless you are a fake one if you are not baptized in the Lord Jesus Christ. I've been baptized by the water and by the Spirit. That's why I stand to preach without going to theological seminary. I'm carrying on the Great Commission. Go ye into all the world, Jesus said, and preach the gospel to every creature. Before going to other parts of the world, you must start at home, because that will be at home. There are 2 million demonic characters in this country, 2 million homosexuals, 2 million lesbians, 2 million drug addicts, 2 million rogues, 2 million liars, 2 million backbiters, 2 million gossipers, 2 million haters. So I leave them to go to London, while they got their own problem and no pastors. Who got to be around the Christian? So you need to see. One thing I was reading, the word just now, the Spirit spoke to me. Now we need to open. Senator Taylor, come for prayer. To be healed, you are sick. You can no longer wear long sleep. You can no longer wear long sleep because your body, you know that you have some kind of thing on the body. Get proclaim in a deep blood. They damage his body. He needs to come to prayer. How do I know? The Spirit tells me. You are sick, completely sick. You always looking dry, body. Something is eating you inside. You need prayer. And I can pray for you. Struggle with your trouble.
Liberia Support Group Incorporated, a Washington, D.C.-based entity aimed at strengthening democracy in Liberia, empowering the rule of law, fighting corruption, injustices, and advocating for the establishment for war and economic crimes court in Liberia. If you witnessed the murder of Linda Jury, an American missionary allegedly murdered by then INTFL leader General Prince Johnson, and want to provide information that will lead to the arrest and prosecution of now Senator Prince Y. Johnson under the United States jurisdiction, press 1. To report public corruption, rape, suspicious murders, and other gross human rights violations under the current government of Liberia led by President George Weah, please press 2. Remember that your protection and safety are very paramount to us, and all information you provide will be kept under strict. Please enter the first few letters of the person's name.
Okay.
Commander Galpohkpa Chesson. My program is a little slow. I'm still waiting for my... Okay, it's not coming on. Now, hold on. Let me just check it, people. Let me just check it. I got to check it. Okay, my program is a little slow. So if my introduction does come up, it will cut me off. So anyway, good evening. Okay. It's good to be here. And as you all know, I changed the time of my show because getting up early and presenting my show and my people still sleeping and my people not ready, you know, I'm losing my rest. So I set my time for any time reasonable for me to come on. So if I have other things to do, I can attend to it, then I come on. I hope you all like my backboard. Liberians today, cute little pussies of old man Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. That's the reality of things. That's the reality of what our nation and people are confronting today. Look all around us, my people. Look all around us. Our whole world is confused. Our whole world, there's something wrong with it. Look at America. Look at the Middle East. Look at Liberia. Look at Africa. There's something wrong. People going crazy. But I ain't getting into Israel and all those things. Let Biden handle that. Joe Biden is doing a good job. Let him handle that. Because I told my viewers from time immemorial, it's time to end this Israeli-Palestinian thing. There has to be two states. Israel can't suppress the Palestinians. They can't every day wake up and say, oh, we're forming a new settlement in Gaza. No, you can't do that. You got to give the people their peace and stability. Let them live, man. Let them live. You see, and if Israel continues to be the aggressor, then we can't keep supporting Israel. America alone will stand with her. But there has to be a solution. There has to be a solution to this problem. I don't want to get involved with it. That's why I never spoke anything about it, because I dealt with it before. I'm for Israel. My grandfather went there and cast the deciding vote in the United Nations to establish Israel. So I have a great interest in the perpetuation of the state of Israel. But I also have a great interest in the perpetuation of peace and stability in that region. And the only way we can get peace, you got to give the Palestinians their peace. From the time I've been born, man, to this very day, I've heard nothing but Israel and Palestine fighting. From 1950s to this very day. And our world leaders are incompetent of solving this problem. Because my grandfather was killed. And we don't have no real African or Liberian to intervene in this thing and end it. And the time has come. The time has come. We gotta end this thing. We can't continue on this path. So that's all I gotta say about this issue. Let me get in my little defunctive country, Liberia. My topics for today are everything's so slow. I need a new computer. So I need your support. And I try to put in my support number up there. Okay? My topics for today are: can Liberians handle the leadership of the Republic of Liberia today? 2, Diaspora Liberians cannot and must not continue to fail Liberia. 3, as usual, the X review. Okay, let me get into my topic. My first topic: can Liberians handle the leadership of the Republic of Liberia? My people, look at what happened in our country, man. Look what happened to our people. Look what happened all around. Our people are dying for nothing. Yeah, excuse me. I just came from the gym, took a shower, and rushed to start my show. I didn't put lotion on my hand. So you gotta hold on. I don't want to see my crusted hands. Thank you for your indulgence. Yes, man. I went to the gym this afternoon before my show. Got home, took a shower, sat before the computer, forgot to put lotion on myself. Okay, so let me get into the real business now. Look all around us, man. What's happening in our country, Liberia? It's becoming a terrible issue of leadership, of honesty, of sensibility. It's a serious issue in our country. Why? Because we have no leaders. We have no people who understand what it means to be leader of a nation like the Republic of Liberia. And we have people who don't understand what it means. There's a problem. There's a grave problem in everything we do, in everything our nation tries to do, in solving our problems of corruption and all these negative things that bother us. And it becomes a problem time and time again when we have to deal with these issues, of corruption, of leadership, of understanding what it means to be patriots of a nation. And if we continue to have these kind of problems, I don't think our people will ever rise. I don't think our people will ever grow. I don't think we'll ever see the future of a better Liberia. And that's why with me, I'm just looking for because I like to monitor myself too from my computer because sometimes my program gets slow. And but we gotta understand these things and how they impact us, how they impact our society, and how they impact our people especially. And if we don't understand these things, if we don't try to change these things, if we don't try to punish those who have done wrong to our nation and our people for these many years, and we continue to tread on the same path we have done for so long, how can we ever expect to change? How can we ever expect our country to excel and grow and prosper? It becomes a problem for us time and time again. Time and time again. So here we are now. We have a serious leadership problem. I listened to Spoon TV just a while ago from yesterday, how you were talking about Senator Steve Zago betrayed Liberia. How he betrayed Liberia? How does it come from a party voting to betraying the whole nation of Liberia? You know? And the man was right. Prince Johnson is an elected officer. He served under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Why didn't the U.S. make a statement then? You say, I don't like shenanigans and deceitfulness and foolishness. Yes, that was a different administration. That was Donald Trump. Yes, we understand that. But the message had a point. The leadership of our country does not depend on the leadership of America. No, we are an independent nation. But when our people become so dependent, so lack of sovereignty, so lack of leadership, so immature and blind that we have no concept that we are an independent nation. And we have lacked this concept for nearly 200 years now. Look at Liberia, look how we're poor and suffering. And everybody coming to America to live. Everybody coming to America because we neglect our country. So America neglects us. The world neglects us. Then we sit and complain. We get a leader like Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, a Harvard graduate, from the most elite institution in the world, lead our country into the slum, cause our country to come from the 20th most corrupt nation to the 5th most corrupt nation in Africa. That's Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. There is no way we can put it. Yes, George Weah is just a little slum criminal. But the real destroyer of Liberia is Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. You see with me, I put guilt where guilt belongs. I'm not a small kid like you useless Liberian people because you're lost. You people are lost. You're not even lost. You're deceitful. You're just pure deceitful. Because you know Ellen Johnson Sirleaf started the war. You know Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is a damn warlord. So why do you people sit here and lie to us and deceive us all the time? You know Ellen Johnson killed Kuamba, killed Doe. Prince Johnson worked for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And you act like you're immature people. Well, you know the truth. So why all the deception and lies? And you see, that's what I can't agree with. I can't see things with my own eyes and everybody see it. They will try to change the truth. For what? And that's what happened in the world today. We got nothing but liars leading us. Nothing but deceitful rogues and criminals. And I just tired with it, man, my people. I just tired with it. I didn't grow up that. I wasn't trained that kind of way. I wasn't trained that kind of way. I don't know about that kind of thing. You know? I really don't know. You know, Jesus gave me things. I don't seek after them. That's why you see, I'm not corrupt. I'm not trying to steal things. I am a Christian. I got one God. All my life, I only knew one God, whether I use juju or not. Every juju I use, I call Jesus' name. Because I didn't know the gods. I was sensible enough to know that. But I was searching for my God. And our people force us into the using juju thing. Because everybody using it. So the thing, you got to use it too. And I was young then. So I had to fit in. It started with the basketball. It started with the sports. Then it grew into deeper things. Every team in Liberia using juju. And that's not Christian. Especially from the Christian schools. You know, like in Petersburg school in Liberia. B.W. Harris. Their coach were called Lucifer. Their people used to sleep in the graveyard, young children in high school. Same thing, our Easy Patrick's. The brothers permitted it. The brothers would be in the bus with us when we were ready to blow the juju. They would run out and close the door. They are guilty. They are guilty. They think they're deceiving themselves. They betrayed Jesus Christ. You can't be running a Catholic school and you know that juju is against the teaching of the Christian church, and you permit the students to use juju just to win games for you. That's a sin. And this is why our world is suffering today. This is why Africa can't grow. Because the fathers deceive us. The fathers know juju is not good. So why would they let us, the students of the school, use juju? Then when it's time for us to go play a game and blow the juju in the bus, they run out the bus and close the door so we can't touch them. That's not how Jesus Christ worked. You're already condemned for letting us use juju. And that's why the world is so screwed up today. Because I don't want to blame it on the Catholic Church. I don't want to blame that on the Catholic Church. It can't be blamed on the whole organization. You see, that's the difference with me. I put blame where blame belongs. In every case, we deal with things on a case-by-case basis. Just as I can't call all Muslims criminals like Donald Trump doing. I can't do that because all of them are not. You see? So we deal with things on a case-to-case basis. That avoids racism, that avoids hate, that avoids mistake, that avoids error in hitting the wrong people. You know, but that's why I'm truthful. When it hurts me, I say it hurts me. But I will not just cast blame like a blanket and accuse everybody. No. So I can't do that to the Catholic Church. I'm a Christian. I'm a Catholic. But we got to point faults where faults are. You see? And for those brothers who did those things, all of them were not involved. I saw one brother doing it with us. I can't blame it on the other brothers, whether they know about it or not. They may think that as an African thing. But no, when you are the governor of an institution of Christians, you can't allow them to practice juju. No, not to win game, not because it's their belief. No. And you see that where the deception begins. Because if the Catholic Church have people in Africa teaching us and permitting us to use juju because it's part of our culture, they are deceiving us. And this is why Africa is down. You cannot mix two religions. You cannot. Same thing with the Hispanic people. You cannot mix Santeria with Christianity. All that bullshit got to stop. It keeps us down. It keeps our third world nation. And we can't excel. We can't grow because that's not following the will of Jesus Christ. Thou shalt have no other gods but me. And if you mix Christianity with Santeria, with juju, with voodoo, I don't care, you can blow that dust all day, you can spray that thing all day, you can blow the cigarette and cigar on it, spray, it will not do nothing. It will not do nothing. It will not do nothing. Because you deceive yourself. The juju will not work. The Christianity will not work. You got 2 and antagonistic guys fighting each other. How you fight me, a Christian? You don't stand a chance. And that's why I realized, because all my life I've been searching for a God. I've been searching for the true God. And he has been there all the time. But when you grow up with religion, when you grow up with God and everybody said Jesus, 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 and you read in the Bible and you see in the ways of the people are different, you know. And since not only sleeping with women and extramarital affairs, that might be one of the least sins. You got other sins. You know, when you do those things, you hurt your children, you hurt your family, you don't feed them, you don't explain things to them. Some people get mad in a relationship and they'll leave and forget about the children. You know, all those things cause problems. You know, because we can't handle the situation. Sometimes we're too young to get into situations. Tell her like Beaver right now. Our leaders are too immature. And the old leaders, like Emma Sawyer, Burma family, even the old dumb Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, they're all tired. They're tired. But they can't say it because they brought us to where we are now. And they're being challenged for their actions. This is not the old Liberia where we'll say for peace sake, oh, leave it alone. No, we want these people paid. We want these people to be punished. We don't care whether they're our mom, they're our pa, they're our brothers, or they're our sisters. Why? Because we suffer. Our nation is backwards. Our society is backwards. We're not comparable to the rapidly growing societies today. Everything computer. And our people can't even read and write. That's why I don't care about other African nations. My nation is Liberia. My people got to get computers. My people got to come up. They can live in their villages. They can live in their town. But they must have accesses to everything that is modern. They must have landline telephone running through all Liberia, not on a cell phone. No. We got to secure our nation. We got to secure our bureaucracy. We got to learn about national security. We got to learn about building a modern military. We got to learn about coming out of the nativism and still maintaining our culture. Still maintaining our cultural roots. Still maintaining our cultural religions. Nobody say you must change your religions. Nobody say you bastard, you must change it. No. We say if you don't have to deceive us to say you're Christian. No. Practice your religion as you wanted to. You know, practice it. I got one of these waist belt on to protect my back from sitting so long. So, when our people cannot handle the leadership of our country, we go backwards and backwards and backwards. Because when I come into Liberia, people, I'm looking at you at Basso, Congo, Lofa, Nima. I'm not looking at my people like that. I'm looking at you. Can you do the damn job? Yes, I can do the job. Take the damn position. Let our country run. I don't want bullshitters. I want professionals. I want people who said they can write, they must sit down and write. I want people who said they graduated from University of Liberia, can read, they better damn well be able to read. Because when you sit before me and you can't read and you can't write, that's a problem. You better get on my side. Because they got more competent Liberians to fill that seat. You know? No mind power business, no more. No mind power. So we got to set our country up so we can afford the people in the private sector loans and opportunities to go in the private sector and make money. And if they fail, we'll take the property from them. But we can't fill our government and use it as a conduit for supporting families. That's not what our government is for. And with me, I'm coming through no bureaucracy. We cut the government down. But before we do that, we got to have the means of providing my people the opportunity to get loans, to use the collateral, their properties, wherever they got, to get loans. But you got to be smart too. You got to understand, to get loans, you got to form corporations. If one person don't got the money, you got to get together. And let me tell you the basic problem with Liberian people. When we come together, we like to do things with word of mouth. It can't work like that. That's why our business fall. Families come together and say, okay, let's just have meetings. No. I don't care who you do business with. It can be your pa. Sign a contract. Get a lawyer. Let the lawyer sit down with you. Explain the terms. You'll come to a mutual agreement. You know what mutual agreement means? That means your pa mind and your mind and the lawyer mind got to be on the same page. And you say, you understand? Yeah. You understand this? Yeah. You sure you understand this? Because let me tell you something. Liberian people got to be disciplined. And that's why I don't care. We are children. We are idiots. I know people who sit down with lawyers. They bring their family. They sit down, they discuss everything in the contract, they sign it. Then the people go home and change their minds and say, no, I want my money back. You cannot get your money back. But most Liberian people, like that kind-hearted thing, say, oh, let them go. Let them take their money and go. No, we got to learn how to stand up on principles. You want to get in the contract, and the people tell you, go bring representative. And you say you understand and you trust the people. It's on you. You trust nobody. That's why you get your lawyer and you get your relatives. If you can't read and write, and you sit down with a lawyer and let them explain everything to you. It's the same thing with leading Liberia. When we got a lot of dummies in government, when we got a lot of greedy people, when we got a lot of useless people who said we're professionals and they're not professionals, it kills us. Now I told you this Liberty Party and Darius Dillon was a problem. Because Darius Dillon cannot be in the light in the legislature, but in his own party, he's a candle. It can't work like that. When Darius Dillon sat there and let them select Musa Ability, I lost confidence in him. Because if you the light and you know that man corrupt, make it known whether the people want to do it or not. So you don't know leadership. You don't know community leadership. Because when you never serve in the community and you're not honest, you say all of us not honest. Everybody working in the leadership wants did something they cold water. That's because our country has no economic viability for the people. Our leaders steal so much. Our people have no independence. If the leaders stealing, what do you expect us to do? And that's what kills our country, because we don't have no other means for economic relief but through the government. And it kills us. Our leaders, our leaders remain immature, gullible, useless, criminals. Because our system has not changed for nearly 200 years. They moved the Congo people, they put the native people there, it got worse. It got worse. The same Congo people joined with the native people to deceive them. and rob our country even more. That's why I want to punish the few people that have been in the old government and broke our country down and still in the new government, robbing our country while our country going down. And whenever something happens, they leave the country and put it on the useless criminal leaders who don't know anything, these dumb native leaders. And they run. Then as soon as we set things up, they come back and we hear their names over and over. Well, it's time to end that bullshit. It's time to end it. A few people can benefit from our country. Well, I try to be honest. That's why I left the community. I left everything. Everything with Liberian people is corrupt. Everything with Liberian people is stealing. What's in it for me? All the educated people in the Liberian community, people with master's degree asking you what in it, who would benefit. When people with master's degree and PhD are that simple to only care about who would benefit, there's no place for me in that organization. Because if your only interest is who will benefit, then your interest is not in the interest of the community. Because it's not who will benefit. It's what your program offers. Listening to it before asking who will benefit. If you listen to the program and the presentation, you will know. But you sit there and make a presentation of everything and tell you what everything will be done, then you ask me who will benefit. That means you want this thing. Or you're jealous. Or you won't waste my time. And that will we lose over and over. I got a whole ID card machine been sitting in my house for 3 years. I paid almost $2,000 for that machine for the Liberian community because everybody kept cleaning the members and nobody paying dues. So I said, well, let me buy it. Liberians in Rhode Island were sending away to Philadelphia to make ID card, paying $15. So I came with my machine. I said, okay, I will charge you $10, $5 for me, $5 for you. The first thing that the most educated man leading the community asked me, who would benefit? I said, what? I said, I'm giving you $5 and taking $5 for myself. This is my machine. Then you ask me who would benefit? You're getting $5 free, you're not happy? So I told them, well, they got jealous because Chesson would be receiving $5 on his own machine, a modern machine. You didn't have to go nowhere. You stand right there, pay your money, take a picture right there, your ID card will drop right there. You take it and go. I got a machine in my house. It's been sitting here too long. I got to go sell it. And I'm not selling it to the Liberian community. They don't deserve it. I will sell it to white people. Because all the African communities know I had it. The African Alliance, all of them know, but none of them call me. Why? Because the money will be coming to the Liberian. So, and our people not conscious about leadership. Our people not serious. You know, we build things, we don't have the motivation to encourage people to come. You know, first of all, we start talking about, oh, it's for Nigerian, it's for Liberian, oh, that Liberian thing, that Nigerian thing. Right there, I don't want to be involved with that. Same thing with the African Union. That's why Africa can grow. We got all these dummies leading Africa. And I'm not scared to say it because you know it's true. If people say the president and the members of a British Commonwealth is submissive to another country, something wrong. The sovereignty is not real sovereignty. You see, and I don't care about all of that. I know people business. They don't take care. They won't be members of the Commonwealth. They won't bow down to the Commonwealth. They can do it. I got my trouble. I got my little pussies all around me that running behind Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and becoming her pussies instead of being my little pussies. See, and that's a problem. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is obsolete. I'm bringing no war to Liberia. I just enlightening my people. You won't sit out there letting people rob our country, kill our children, rape our children until 2024. Be my guest. I can't stop you. But I can tell you, you can't stop me from having my show, from teaching my people, the children who want to learn, and know that to be leaders of Liberia, you got to be men and women of courage, of knowledge, of faith, conviction. Because we are Africans who believe in God. We are not atheists. We are not agnostics. We believe. But we got to choose our faith. You know? Jesus Christ is not with the juju. You can call his name all day. He's not with that juju. So you better go back to calling Ogun or Unyang or something that belongs to your tribe and forget about Jesus. Jesus is a Christian God. He got his own religion. It's called Christianity. You can't mix it with nothing else because he is a jealous God. Place no other gods before me. Submit no other gods to share my faith with me. Jesus didn't want nobody to share his faith with him. So all that thing you're doing, and you're using Jesus' name, Jesus said you can't be against him. So as a Christian, you can't be against me. Jesus Christ said, wherever they use my name, they can't be against me. So all you voodoo people, all you juju people, you are subjected to a Christian. You are subjected to a true Christian. Because I believe in one God, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. So anything outside that, Jesus will not forbid you from using his name, but you cannot hurt his people. You cannot hurt true Christians. No matter what kind of voodoo or juju you make, as long as we're praying and submitting ourselves to our God and practicing only our faith and praying only to Jesus Christ, and not only praying, having a relationship with Jesus Christ. That doesn't mean fasting. That doesn't mean running around, jumping up. No. Just tell Jesus what you want. If you want to be that kind of person, he will make you that kind of person. He will mold you. You don't gotta be everything you want to be. I just want to see peace in my country. I just want to see law and justice. I just want to see true leadership in Liberia. That's all I want to see, man. Because we can't go on like this. Our lives will never be at peace like this. We need leaders. We need people to guide and direct our country. People who know what it means to plan, to organize, to succeed. Look at how they talk about the Liberty Party. They want Steve Zago to run because the man last minute time to tell him to run. How can that help our country? Then they won't blame him for letting an elected man like Prince Johnson assume the chairmanship of a party. How will you stop Prince Johnson? You can't stop him. The Nima people elected him. And this is the problem with my people too. You got the second group of mass educated Liberians coming out of Nima County. And they are the most confused people in the Liberian society. Everything is Nima. The people are not patriots. They don't know nothing else but Nima County. So how can I sit with these people to discuss my country? My country is not Nima County. When I sit down and I talk about Masurado, I'm talking about Lofa, Nimba, Grand Bassa, Grand Kipma, and Sino, Maryland. I'm not care. Who do you care about Masurado? That's one county. But if I sit down with people who only know about Norfolk County, what the hell do I have to talk with these people? They can't help me. Their education is not worth the patriotism needed for Liberia. They can't help my country and people. So this is what we are today. Immature people, falsely educated people, people who have no love for each other, no understanding of leadership. They just get up and do things. And they shock me. You know, and I told you, Terrence Dillon cannot be the light and have Musa ability as the chairman of his party. He can't. He can't, no matter how he tried to be like a good representative. He can't. That's a flaw in their leadership. That when Darius did not talk sometimes, I listen to him. He can be talking some good things, but you're flawed from the core. You're nasty from the core. You're sick from the core. How can I follow you? All that shit you're talking, I look at you. You're the party you belong to, the chairman who is over you is a damn criminal. I don't care how you're justified. The man's a damn criminal. And you serving under that man. You in that man party. You sat down there and they elected that man and you said nothing. You are a flawed Liberian leader. And this one we got all through our country. Porka is flawed. Porka sat there in Liberia government for 40 years and participated in every corruption, in every stealing. I like Porka, but that's a fact. Everything that went on in Liberia, Porka participated in it. Elliot Cummings, he's a stooge of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. They ruled Liberia for 12 years under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Elliot Cummings can't say shit against Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And that's where he needs to be flogged, because he's a damn deceitful, useless man. So all that Coca-Cola money, all that thing you're doing, that charitable thing, we accept it, we thank him. But to lead Liberia, after sitting under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf for 12 years, seeing the rampant corruption, seeing the nepotism to its core, and now you want to come talk about George, we are corrupt, you won't punish people. I told you, I tell one lady I got across my lap and flog him. Because you can want to deceive your Nema people, to the people who brought you to lead, and they don't know you. You from Monrovia, they from Nema County. Everything is Nema. How do we know you? They come and talk about Elliot Cummings, this and this. We all know Elliot Cummings. We grew up with Elliot Cummings. So Ben and I, you and them grew up with Elliot Cummings. So that was we don't want Elliot Cummings to lead Liberia. So when you're talking about Elliot Cummings, we're looking at each other and say, ah, people know who they're talking about. That's Ellen Johnson Sirleaf stooge. We know the real people of Liberia. We know the bourgeois, the kings, Olubanki King, Okari, Ebu King, all the people that gotta go to jail. Those people screw our country up. They wasted our money and they stay in Liberia. They're still there, enjoying the wealth of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. That's why we can't be scared about overhauling our country again. That war meant nothing to the criminals that are leading Liberia today. It meant nothing to them. And they have been killing our people since that war. Because America allowed them, Britain allowed them, United Nations allowed them, the international community allowed them. Why my people suffer? Why my people suffer? You mean all the organizations can't demand that Prince Johnson and all these people move from our government? We did the TRC. You mean they couldn't demand that Ellen Johnson Sirleaf follow the TRC when they were the biggest benefactors of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf? They gave Ellen Johnson Sirleaf a clear bank book for Liberia, which she overdrawn and bankrupt us. Only your blind Liberian children can believe in nonsense and bamboozle bullshit. You can't tell me to form the PRC. Then the biggest woman you're supporting and gave Nobel Peace Prize is the president of my nation. And the commission said that woman can't serve. And you're supporting the woman, giving her accolades all over the world. $5 million here, $5 million there. Then you expect us to fight the very same woman who is from the most elite institution in the world, with the most elite money-grabbing institution in the world called the World Bank. The institution that has depleted Africa and got my people enslaved and in prison today. And this woman is their agent. And they're telling us, Alan White telling us, this dummy must write to the UN. And Obama wrote to the UN for Sierra Leone. But we must get this dumb, useless ragamuffin to write the UN to form World Crimes Code. The injustice is beyond Liberians' hand. My people are just young, educated fools and little cute pussies of my Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And this is why we're suffering. This is why our leadership is suffering. This is why our leadership is confused. That's why the CPP is divided and confused. Look at them, they're fighting among themselves like they're idiots. They're fighting among themselves. Because those are deceitful people. Those are deceitful people. They're deceitful. I ain't hurting my country and my people. It's my time to set my country straight. I've kept myself out of every damn useless organization because I know they were all criminals. They all benefited from Liberia over the 14-year war. They all been leading our people to destruction and disruption. And it's hard for me. So let me end this first point. I'm not even going to take a bite. Let me get into my second point. Diaspora Liberians are a part and parcel of every bullshit that is happening in the Republic of Liberia today. All the criminality, all the killings, all the raping, all the dysfunctional leadership, we're all part of it. You're supporting the people in Liberia that do this thing to our people and children. And if y'all don't take responsibility, you will always be the cute little pussies of all my Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. You see what I mean? I ain't gonna bullshit with you. I didn't get my law degree from Kmart. I didn't get my law degree from down Waterside. I didn't get my law degree from Marshalls. Nor JCPenney. Nor The Gap. Nor Slipway or Sonyware. No. I work hard for my shit. And whether you believe I'm tight or not, you will come to see it. I ain't got to prove nothing to you. I graduated from the University of Liberia. You know I'm a lawyer. I ain't got nothing to hide from you. Taking law exam in America don't mean nothing to me. American lawyers can practice law in Liberia. You go to America, you get all that law. You can't practice in Liberia. You are limited to only the few of the things that banks then say they put together. And that dumbing banks didn't even know what he was doing. Screwed our law up. Then you got Senate, you and all the young people screwing our Supreme Court up. Wallow Colley and all these people. They're young, immature people taught by Philip Banks. And I told you, Philip Banks, the only man at law school there, man, Twan Red. Philip them Banks and with their young boys, even Bromskin. They were young boys running around town. When you want to talk about lawyers, you talk about Twan Red. I respected that man. You know? And when they were killing, it pissed me the hell off. The guy don't play that Congo and country shit. And this is why it's significant to understand why diaspora Liberians are part and parcel of the corruption, the stealing, the rapes, the killings in Liberia today. We cannot see this kind of illicit thing going on in our country. We can't see our children dying and suffering, and we keep sending money to Liberia. No. It's not happening in our country. People don't have to work for the government now. They just sit and work for money from America to live. Yes, some people there really need it. There are some people really need it. People with children and family who are not working, they need it. But these young Liberians just calling people in America for money, they need to stop. They need to get up and have to straighten up Liberia. They need to get up and demonstrate and lock Liberia down. But when they sit there calling America for money here and there, we keep sending it. Yes, we're helping the Liberian economy kill ourselves. Because it has come to the realization that the people in Liberia don't care about Liberia. They care about themselves. We are selfish people. We are nepotistic people. Once we give our little family, we don't give a damn about nobody else. And that is not how society works. Because if we are only a few rich and keep the money within the rich family, the outside people will suffer. The outside people will suffer. We can't do any philanthropic effort without involving the government. And that's corruption. Look at the clinic Darius Dillon billing for the mentally sick people. There's no plan to fund it. There's no plan to sustain it, to hire doctors and people to run it. Nothing. They're waiting to turn it over to the Liberian government. So what's the use when the government is known not to have money, known not to care about our people, known to be criminals and bandits in nature? Then you build a hospital and turn it over to the government for what? So the people can go sleep in it and steal the equipment you're putting in it? Because that's what happened to the JFK. That's what happened to everything our country got, that these roads cannot manage, that these roads have no fortitude to build or sustain. So why are we supporting our people in Liberia? Why are we a part and parcel of the criminality, the killing, the murders, the raping in our country? Why are we? We can't help our country except we stop and control governmental behavior. We cannot help our country until we stop and control U.S. assistance to Liberia. And as long as we stay in the diaspora, acting like idiots, acting like selfish people, greedy people, our country will suffer. Look at all the knowledge we have in this country. So jealousy. Look at what they do on Facebook. All sorts of man and woman bullshit. Obed and Justina and all. Who are you people? Who are you people cursing each other? And you don't pay attention to nothing sensible. I'm talking here. How many people watching me? No, because I Congo. You gotta curse you. And you think it would make me stop? It ain't gonna make me stop. Because the whole world got to know about Liberian people. And when we feel, I will spread it. I will let them know. Because we are the problem in our country. Look at all the useless educated people who got here. Look at all the people who got their shows and they talk about Liberia. None of them conscious enough to know that we got to come together in America. If we do not have a sustained community of progressive men and women, how we have progressive men and women in our country? This is the most elite country in the world. Liberians have been here since 1980. We cannot even form a group to demonstrate in DC. We gotta be talking, oh yeah, we got it. Like they're damn useless children. Then you'll see you're not little cute pussies. You people are little cute pussies. And you know what we do with little cute pussies? We pet them and rub them and keep them on our laps. Because they are pussies. They can't fend for themselves. We can't let them go up because we're finished taking their fingernails off. So they are pets and pussies for the house only. They can't go outside no more. Only the bandits and Ellen Johnson people are outside. Or you the pussies stay in the house, scared, being pet, waiting for America and Allen White and Representative so-and-so and King Dum 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 and Jala Lam Lam Lam. You are entrapped. And we are helping you because we don't understand that our people got to grow up like men and women. Our people got to grow out of dependency. And only we can help them. Because if we are the true enlightened people of Liberia, why are we so dumb? Why is Eula so screwed up? Why are all you advocates got all the groups here, and fussing with each other and fighting with each other? That's why I can't join you. I can't join Liberian people. Our country needs a total overhauling. Our people in America need to wake up, come to their senses, and understand that we are the bastion of hope for our country. And we don't understand what that means. We don't understand that we are the champions for progressive and new Liberian society. How our children will grow, man. How the young children coming up in America will help our country. But they got to hear my show. They got to grow up and hear what I was saying. And they will wonder why Chesson was here and people never listened to him. Just like I wonder when I learned about women Blyden, I was blown away. I said, you mean this man was a Liberian and our people don't honor him? They didn't teach about women Blyden in the schools like they should have? Why? Because his teachings are the same thing I'm talking about now. His teachings, though radical for that time, was enlightening for our people. He told us about colonialism and how it would change our minds to be foreigners living in Liberia, in Africa. He told us that we must adopt African names for ourselves, which is important today and which I support. I support it. My little daughter, who I need, my niece, I changed her name to Khabaso name because it's right. I travel all over the world. I didn't go to the Far East. I don't have to go there. But when I say the world, that has to do with the Western world that we relate to. In every country I've been to, Mexico, the Caribbean, all these countries, they all got Siniqua, Shanaqua, Kim, James, John. I mean, it blew my mind. It blew my mind. I'm sitting in Jamaica, and now one Jamaican got an African name. And they don't even know nothing about Africa. Some of them do. Few. But they don't really know about Africa. They just know their roots in Ethiopia and all of that. But I was sitting there. Then I went to Mexico. Sitting in the Mexican people place. Kim. Charlotte. The Mexicans are calling themselves Kims and Charlotte. That's where it hit me like a brick. I just dropped my head. And my wife said, what happened? I said, we're not ourselves. We're not ourselves. We have no African names. They say they're Christian names, but no, they're not Christianity. No, they're not the teaching of Jesus Christ. No. Jesus don't want to change us from our roots. He wants to change our morality, our divinity, not our culture, not our names. That's the greatest thing about us, and that what Blyden was telling us. The only way to maintain who we are is to maintain our African names. Look at Galpohkpa. How many white people can pronounce that? Not many. But that's a special name for me because I too old to change my name. I ain't going to be like Charles Taylor, the Gangi, and adding all things on there. No, my name is Galpohkpa because that my family gave me that name. That my Basso family gave me that name. Okay? Because I got to identify with them. I got my children in that family too. Okay? So they gave me that name. And that wasn't a name they just took up. I asked them, they just came up. No, they told me, wait, we'll get a name for you. And it took almost a month before they came. I said, we got your name. It's Galpohkpa. They didn't rush. I didn't rush them. They went and sat down and discussed what kind of name to give me. Because that name means a lot to them as it does to me. So that's my African name. That's my pride and joy. I didn't choose it myself. My people give me that name. My family Give me that name. So this is the thing my grandfather fought for in Liberia. The total unification, integration of our people. And that's what he died for. And that's why I got to bring his message back. Stronger than ever before. Because it is necessary. After nearly 200 years, we have not achieved unification, solidarity, and integration. And it's not good for us. It's not good for us. And that's why my show is geared for Diaspora Liberians. To understand that we have a grave responsibility to Liberia. And if we cannot be leaders of ourselves in America, how can we lead Liberia? We are liars. We are rogues. We are jealous people. We are deceitful people, just like in Liberia. Every Liberian community here has the same problem. Has the same or similar problems. So we are just like Liberian people. Our roots and traits are just like our people back home. How can we save Liberia? Everybody here running home to hustle for their hustle. What does that tell you? Our country is doomed unless we have brave men. Men who will not depend on foreigners. Men who will not think that foreigners can save our country. Foreigners can't save our country. Not men who look to other people, other races to come to build Liberia. Yes, we have always had help from our American friends. But our Arab American friends cannot continue to cradle us from 1847 to this day. They have cradled us enough. And we still appreciate them. I appreciate Alan White. I appreciate all the people that done things for Liberia. But there's a time. There's a time we got to breed leaders for our own selves. There's a time we got to have leaders and not depend on Alan White and not depend on America so much. Gosh, look at how Americans suffering, the black people in this country. For 400 years, Mitch McConnell and a few white people are so hateful to black people. They will block our way at every turn because they know they can never get us to vote for them with that behavior. They can never get us to vote for them when they use trickery and lies and deceitfulness to deny us our rights. How they will come to us now and ask us to help them. I don't hate Mitch McConnell. I hate his ways. I don't hate Ted Cruz. I hate his ways. I don't hate none of those Republicans. I hate their ways because we could be friendly with them. But they can't try to hurt us and try to make us slaves again like their fathers did and think they will benefit from our help. No. And we cannot just go back into war. We cannot just go back into war. That's why I'm not even involved with the Israel business. It's time they bomb each other to death. I will put a buffer zone around those two people and let them just fight it out to death. Because you can't be fighting a war for centuries over bullshit. You can't live in a state of instability and insecurity. Now we're going to show all the Israeli people walking around, they go to the beaches and they finish destroying the Palestinian people. Man, what kind of God that permits that? That can't be the God of Israel. No. He can't be that God of Israel. The God of Israel is not a vengeful God. The God of Israel brought Jesus Christ to bring people into the fold, to bring the Gentiles into his service. Whether you're accepted or believer or not, Jews have no damn power over the will of the God of Israel. You have no power. Your job is to do what is your duties, to understand the divine implications of the God of Israel. And if you people have lost a sense of communication with the true God, with the Creator, the God of Israel is not only a God, he is the Creator. The Creator. And you are blessed to be his chosen people. And we respect you because of that, us Africans. I don't care about chosen people, but I'm a Christian. And I respect you. And I accept you as God's chosen people. But you got to learn that because you just God's chosen people doesn't mean you don't have responsibilities to the other peoples of the world. And this behavior of isolation of the Jews and hurting other people to keep yourselves and your nation intact cannot be tolerated in this new world. You got to live and let live. We will not see anybody remove you from the Middle East. My grandfather helped to put you there, and we'll fight to keep you there. But you can't continue behaving irresponsibly, immaturely, as you are acting now. You got to cease and desist. The Palestinians got to have a means of survival. Stop. Stop. Stop, Israel. You have a limit. You can't exceed that limit. The time of God's people is now. So let me do a quick review before I get out of here. It's over 1 hour. Our people got to have real men among us. Yes, we got women. But if our men not strong, many of the women will not be strong. Women support their men, especially women who love their men. Our African women are on our protection. Whether the indigenous women, whether the civilized women, they are Liberian women. And they are on our protection. We understand that we have two societies of women. We have the elite, educated, westernized women, and we have our indigenous, traditional women. That don't mean that they should not have the same opportunities. That doesn't mean that our indigenous women cannot attain the education, the skills, the knowledge to transfer from our traditional life to our Western life. That doesn't mean they cannot wear their lapas, do their housework, and come work for the government. I don't mean that. If they got the skills, the education, that equal opportunity. Look at me, I'm a lawyer, but I'm a soldier. The law is just something I learned. I'm a soldier. Everybody who knows me from Liberia knows I'm a security man. So all that law bullshit, you don't know me. I never went to court to practice law. I taught it. I dealt with people. I've had clients I turn over to other people to deal with them because I'm a soldier. I know it all. Don't think I don't know it all. But I ain't going to take a test in American law to pass American law. I took auto practice in America, and besides that, the American people would disbar me because I ain't going to let no judge yell at me. I ain't going to take no foolishness from people who think they have so much power and can talk down to me. No. So I stay out of the courts. I'm a security man. I like the prison. People don't understand. Many people that ask me why my man, you got all the opportunities. Why do you want to stay in the prison? It's a profession. You will never understand until you do it. You know how many people I helped in the prison just by talking with them and disciplining them? Because I ain't going to discipline you, but I'll let you know what you did wrong. And I ain't going to back down from disciplining you because it's my profession. And that's how I keep myself safe. Punishing you and educating you. And telling you if you do it again, you'll get a worse punishment. And you believing that I'm damn serious. I ain't going to take your shit. I will smile with you. I will laugh with you. I will talk with you. But when I tell you I will do something, you better damn well believe it. I'm a correctional officer. I'm a soldier. I ain't no damn lawyer. I know the law. I know the law. But my place is not at the table with the big shots. My table in the prison, in the dirt, protecting my country, disciplining my people. I don't care what president say. That's not my forte. I don't want to run for president. I just want to discipline my people, clean up my country, flog the rogues, and set an example that will last forever. Not even 1,000 years, forever. Bring kindness, bring Christian love, bring peace to my people. Give my people a choice. You want to practice juju? Go practice juju. You want to be a Christian? Be a Christian. But no tribe will force my people to do what they don't want to do. Our country is free will. Free will. You want to do it, do it. You don't want to do it, the government will protect you. Your parents will not touch you. Your family will not touch you. We'll provide opportunities for people to get jobs. You want to live for your family? Take some money, go Lofa County. If they in Nimba, go Lofa. Don't ever see them again. Go start your business there and live on your own. We can do it in America, we can do it in Liberia, but we don't have the resources for our people to be independent. And this is all we need in our country, individual independence. I don't want people restricting me because of my sister, my pa, or their family name. You try that shit with me, I will hit you in the gold ass with my military boots so you fall to your knees and don't get up. I just tell you clear and clean. Don't come before me, a made man, and tell me because of my sister, my mom, my pa, you ever been slapped by a correctional officer? We do that during riots. You attack me, you go down. So you don't attack me. You follow law. You follow order. And I tell the Liberian people the same thing. You go to the prison, you better follow the law. Because if I gotta come get you for fighting, I'm coming to get you. Because that's not tolerated in my prison. Law and order is the order of the day. We got a process to do everything. You got to complain. We got a process. Take the complaint there. They compel to listen to you. When you take the law in your own hands, you'll be disciplined. No killing in Liberia no more. The time for killing is over. Now we got to get rid of these wicked people who are doing this ritual killing and just killing our people to hide their dirt. That's not the country we want. And for all of that to happen, Liberians in the diaspora got to understand your responsibilities as patriots, as the educated foundation of our nation of people. Whether you're born in this country or Liberia or not, if you don't understand the inner workings of our society, you can't help our people. You'll be one of the problems. And that's what we are. We are a parcel of the problems in Liberia today. And we have to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. We have to understand that in union, strong success is sure. And if we don't learn from our own teachings, from our own songs, from our own anthems and legacies our fathers have left for us, and continue to follow other people what they're telling us, and our fathers have gave us everything we need, but we don't want to read, we don't want to learn, we don't want to work. We want other people to tell us what is good for us. Not under Commander Chesson watch. I will put my boots in your asses. Aluta! Continue. Have a good day. My class is done. I've been over an hour. I'm just trying to get my closing things in, but if they think give me a hard time, I'm just going to close out. Okay? So you have a good day. They're telling me to wait. Let me wait. I need computer. I need new equipment. Okay, I'm just getting out of here. All my things are sick and slow and all working no play makes Jack a dull boy. I'm trying to cut